let me talk a little bit about the Lions, who I have been talking up.
Yeah,
I put them, I believe, 4th on my power rankings this week. See what happens when I put them in the top 5.
Stephen A. had them number 1.
Well, and then there's been reason for it, There's been reason for it. Again, the Lions, let me get this number exactly correct. The Lions coming into this game, 4 in a row, they won them all by at least 14. They'd scored at least 20 in 15 consecutive games, only 6 yesterday, and they were lucky to get it. Goff was living with somebody wearing purple in his lap the whole day. Amon-Ra St. Brown, God bless this guy. He still came up with 100 yards passing, but he earned every last one of them. And clearly, this is one of those throw the tape out games, and that's exactly what the coach Dan Campbell had to say. I've been playing his sound bites after wins. Let's be fair and balanced. This is exactly what he had to say after getting his you-know-what handed to him.
They played well. They kicked our ass, and it's a credit to them. Lamar beat us. He hammered us with his arm. He threw the ball extremely well. He ran when he needed to, and we did not handle it well. Look, we just didn't play well, and I hate to say it, that's one of those games. It was one of those we just could not get out of our own way, and it's a credit to those guys over there, man. They played outstanding football, and they rubbed their nose in it.
I think this is one of those that the Lions are going to learn from. I'll take it that way. That's the way I'm going to go. And I have a feeling I smell an overreaction Monday subject matter either in our segment version that's coming up in this hour or the podcast version that we're recording after the show, Chris Brockman.
Or both.
Or both. Sounds good. What do you make of it, TJ?
About Lamar or the Lions?
The Lions.
I was more thinking about Lamar. The Lions, it is what it, I mean, look, man, you're not going to go 17-0.
That's exactly what I said on game day morning when I chose the Ravens. I said, I think the Lions are going to go 13-4, and this is one of the final 3 losses of their season.
Sure, I mean,
that they're going to.
But they did get stalled out. But, I was kind of looking up stats for Lamar, guys, and here's just something I found to be interesting. You know how many current MVPs out of the how many 100 players are in the league? You know how many current players have won an MVP in the NFL?
Well, since Brady's gone, I'd imagine.
Are we counting Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah. 3.
Him, Rodgers, and
I just
Mahomes.
Found that. I was just, wow.
No,
yeah.
he's
one of the
he is all that,
few.
and that's part of the reason why I'm with the Lions sitting here going, that is a tough hombre to try and. When Lamar was doing Lamar things, extending a play, and instead of running it into the end zone like he would have pretty much every single time in the last several years, he stayed in the pocket and he followed Nelson Aguilar, favorite of the Eagles fans, and he found him for a touchdown. And,
I was like, hey, he caught it.
Right. And so the Lions, I would just say this, bury the tape, move on. Their next game is against the Raiders. Okay. And I have a feeling that they are a better team than the Raiders, and they have a bye. And so I think, you know what they missed? They missed David Montgomery. It's unreal how this kid they picked up from the Bears is exactly their id, to use the phrase again that I used about Sirianni and the Eagles. He's their hit you in the mouth guy. He's their red zone threat that leads you to touchdowns instead of settled for field goals. He's that guy. I don't know if he would have made a difference the way that everything played yesterday.
Definitely would not have.
But I think he would have stemmed some of the tide when the Ravens scored 4 touchdowns before the Lions even got a first down yesterday, which is what happened.
Played well.
So, again, I would sit here. Gibbs did play well, but he's not that guy that goes and puts his big boy pants on. He's still a rookie. Yeah. Put on your big boy pants and go into these front 7 monsters led by Roquan Smith and Patrick Queen and Matabike and Owe and all of those guys that you need to put your big boy pants on, and Montgomery is their big boy pants guy. And that offensive line that normally can impose its will didn't have a chance to do it yesterday. And that's why I would also kind of look at the trade market if I'm them too, or call up Fournette. Because if Montgomery goes down, obviously Craig Reynolds not being there either is significant. I would just, if I'm the Lions, you got a shot here. You got a shot here to not just win your division as the Vikings take on the 49ers tonight. By the way, Christian McCaffrey's going to play. It was just reported. That you've got a shot here at your division. And you've got a shot here, it didn't help that you got curb stomped while the Eagles won, and that the Niners might take another step forward, that you were able to get back last week. You were able to catch up to them record-wise last week. I don't know. You're going to need big boy pants on when you're going against the front seven of Philadelphia or the front seven of Dallas or the front seven of San Francisco. And if Montgomery's not there, yesterday's game to me would signal to the front office to start thinking about what can be done over the next week before next Tuesday. Just my 2 cents coming out of that. But I think the Lions are still winning this division. I would just take note of it, bury the tape, bury the Raiders, go on the bye week, come back, play the rest of your games indoors, which they do, which is, honestly, that game in Baltimore, take a look at Detroit's schedule. I know we just popped it up. The rest of the way, their only outdoor game is Week 14 at Chicago. Everything else is in a dome. At Minnesota, at Dallas, at New Orleans, at the Chargers, their home games. I'm not concerned about the Lions, but I would kind of look in the market for a little bit more,
Oomph.
Cement in the pants at the running back spot if Montgomery can't go.
Also, just to piggyback on what Chris Long said, kind of important for them to get a home playoff game.
Oh, yeah.
Because
what do you think for them to be on the road?
I'm just saying a little bit of elements. Well, I'm just saying.
You're talking about in the second round,
second round, divisional round, or championship game potentially. If they get to Philadelphia, it's cold, it's windy, there's some rain.
You're going to need to bring in Montgomery. Better be healthy for that one. That's all I'm saying. That's what I take out of yesterday. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.